Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura and today I'm doing a haul video. So this is a haul of several months ago that I ordered off of rightstuf, and I was just waiting for actually a title to get restocked before they would send it. The new policy on rightstuf, according to the communications I had, is that they won't send you any books in Canada if that book is not currently available in stock in their store. So if they don't have it, they won't ship it, is basically what it is. And even if they have all the other books, like they did with this order, just because one book was not currently available for several months, they were holding back my order. So that was really frustrating. I did eventually just cancel that one particular title, even though they kind of promised that it was going to happen any day now, and I ordered it off of Chapters. And it came before this order actually arrived, so yeah, wasn't terribly impressed with that. But at any rate, I did get a pretty good deal on these things. I think this was for their anniversary sale in the summer. They were selling quite a lot of things in bundles, so a lot of the titles that I picked up are ones that they kind of complete the series, or there's a bulk of the series that I ended up picking up. So there's quite a variety here. Some old out-of-print stuff, some newish stuff, and hopefully you will find some interesting titles here in the mix. The first thing that I picked up is I'm a Hero by Kengo Hanazawa. I got volume 5 and volume 6. These are both pretty large omnibus, and it was sold together, the two volumes together. So I had 1 to 4 already. This, I believe, catches me up to at least what was current in the summer. I don't know if any more has been released since then, but at least I'm kind of closer to being caught up, and it was a pretty good deal for Dark Horse, which isn't often the publisher sale for rightstuf, so I was happy to pick it up. I do enjoy this title. It is a really twisted zombie story, and I really like the main character. I think he's very unusual but befitting this story, and I just really enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic when I read it, but I haven't read much of it, and now I have a ton of it, so I really need to do that. This is a title I didn't think I was actually going to buy any more of new, but because they were having this bundle sale and the price was actually pretty good, I thought I'm just gonna bite the bullet and do it. So I ended up picking up the remainder of Kuma Miko Girl Meets Bear by Masame Yoshimoto. This is published by One Piece Books. This is basically the story of a girl. She appears to be possibly Ainu, and she is the priestess, the bear priestess. There's some sort of an agreement between the bears and the village. So she has some sort of a connection with this bear. In the first volume, she wants to go and live out in the city, kind of experience the rest of life, and so the bear is sort of giving her advice on how to go about doing that. I'm not really sure how this situation goes, but there were some aspects to the bear-girl relationship that I was not terribly fond of in the first volume, but hopefully gets ironed out as the story goes. So yeah, so anyway, I got volume 2, volume 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I actually don't know if this is the final volume. It doesn't indicate it is on the back, but this was certainly all that was available on rightstuf, so I at least am caught up to the story. The next title is actually out of print, and I picked it up because I did actually buy the first volume from a local seller, and I really enjoyed the first volume, so I got the rest of the series. Thankfully they had the whole thing. So I bought Missile Happy by Miki Kiritani. This is the story about a girl who has a sister complex, who is going on an omiai, or a marriage making meeting, and she needs to, of course, check the boy out, and so she ends up going and living with this boy to make sure that her sister is marrying the right guy. The sister, of course, is not interested in the guy, and the guy doesn't really interested in her either, but he is interested in this little sister, and their relationship progresses very quickly. It is actually really cute and actually fairly innocent, which is really nice, and I really enjoyed the story. A nice fluffy romance. So I got volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, volume 4, and volume 5. I don't know if this is a complete series, but it is also out of print from Tokyopop. This is Nosatsu Junkie by Ryoko Fukuyama. This looks like it's a story about two rival girls who are models. Obviously quite young. I don't know anything about the story, but it does say that it's a comedy on the back. So I'm thinking it's probably more comedy, less romance, which is always kind of a nice difference for shoujo manga. So I did get what was available on rightstuf. I don't know if it's the full series. So I got volume 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I also bought another title, also by Tokyopop, so they were clearing out some Tokyopop that they got a hold of. This is by the creator of Fruits Basket, Natsuki Takaya. This is Phantom Dream. I don't know anything about the story, but I'm happy to collect more by Natsuki Takaya. It does say that it is a hate-filled series, which actually I feel like is a pretty prominent theme in her stories, so probably just feels like any other of her stories, which probably is a good thing. And it appears to be the complete series, so I got volume 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now moving on to the larger trim size, so those were all kind of the small ones, and these are the just slightly larger trim. Unfortunately, I have way too many that fit on my shelves. I'm not really sure where to put them. We might have to buy even more bookshelves. But I got Love and Lies by Musawo. I did have volume 1. I actually really enjoyed this. I was going to buy it anyway. Oh, it just got brighter again. I was going to buy it anyway, so I was happy to see it in one of these bundle deals. This is basically the story, sort of like post-apocalyptic type world, where your marriage match is made ahead of time. You have no choice in the matter. I think when you're turned 16 you get the name of your partner. This is a story where a boy and a girl have already fallen in love, but they're not matched up. But the girl who is matched up with the boy is helping him get together with the girl. At least that's what the first volume is. I'm not entirely sure how the story goes, but I actually really liked the girl that he ends up getting matched with, even though he's not in love with her. I think she's fantastic, so it was quite fun to read. I don't really know where it's going though, so that will be interesting to see. So anyway, I got volume 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I got the remainder of a series that I had started buying, which was great. That is Sweet Blue Flowers by Takako Shimura. This is a yuri manga. I don't know the situation, but I believe two girls in high school fall in love. But you can see from the art on the cover, just really adorable on the back as well. This is the same author as Wandering Sun, also a title I have not read, so I'm really looking forward to getting into this, and I am hoping to read it probably in November. So I picked up volume 2, volume 3, and volume 4 is the final volume, so a nice short series. An oldie but a goodie, I ended up picking up Oh My Goddess by Kosuke Fujishima. I think this is the only title I didn't own of his, but I have read it before, and I've certainly seen the anime, as well as the chibi version of the anime, which I have both of. This is basically the story about a young man in college. He believes he's being played a prank on when an angel comes down to Earth to grant him a single wish, and rather than like wishing for money or something, he wishes that she would stay with him forever, and so she grants his wish, and so it's a story basically of their life together. So it's a pretty cute seinen romance, and I enjoy it quite a lot. There's also quite a lot of motorcycle racing in it, which is Fujishima's, strong suit, strong point. So I ended up getting volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3 of the Omnibus. They're actually pretty big, and they're very weighty. Like, this is quite a heavy book. I'm not entirely sure how many omnibus this would be. I do remember the original publication going up at least into volume 20s, so there should be quite a few more of these. I wasn't actually intending to buy Oh My Goddess, but the price was so good, so I thought I might as well do it. I know it's a story that I like already. And then the last thing that I bought, and this is the reason why my package was so delayed, is Blade of the Immortal by Hiroaki Samura. They were out of print of volume 1, or out of stock for volume 1, and they told me that they were going to be in stock really quickly, and it took them several months and they never were, so I ended up buying it elsewhere. So I did end up picking up volume 1, but that's part of a different haul, so I'm going to save it for that one instead. So I did end up getting volume 2, volume 3, volume 4, and volume 5. Again, these are really big books. You can see how many, there's at least 3 volumes contained in the omnibus, and they're very heavy. You can feel the quality of the publication. I am very much looking forward to reading this. I've always wanted to collect it, but recently I have read 2 titles by Samura, Emerald and Ohikoshi, and I really liked Emerald, but I loved Ohikoshi, so I am so looking forward to this. This probably won't take as long as it originally would have if I hadn't read Ohikoshi already, because I really want to read more Samura. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm assuming this is just a story about a man who is immortal, who is a samurai, wandering samurai. I don't actually know the plot of the story, but I have liked the way that he tells stories, and if he infuses any of his humor into it, I think it'll be a perfect read, so I can't wait to get into some of these volumes. These are releasing really quickly, which is fantastic. I can't remember how many original volumes were in that original series. It's probably also into the 20s. So I actually don't think it'll be all that long before this series is done publishing, which is fantastic. And I think they're actually doing a pretty good job of publishing it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to finally reading this. So that's what I got from Right Stuf. I do have another order on the way someday in the future, and I definitely have some other things that I've picked up from other sales that I said I wasn't going to do. So there will be more hauls coming soon, which is really fun. I really like to buy comics, obviously, and yeah, and I've been enjoying picking some titles up, so that is what's happening. Anyway, if you've read any of these titles, I would love to know it, particularly if you've read any of the Tokyopop titles that I showed, or if you've read Blade of the Immortal. I would love to know your thoughts on that, or any of the other series, of course. We can chat about it down in the comments. I think that's it for me today, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.